this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to announce that I am January's guest designer for Speak Mom Scraps. There's my code. When Jody messaged me about being their guest designer, I was ecstatic. So here's the sketch that we're using for week 1 for January, and it's done by Laura Rumble. I love this sketch. It is just simply gorgeous. And so what I decided today was to use some vellum stars and use the turn the page collection, and I decided to turn these two big stars into shaker pockets. So instead of backing them by foam and doing all of that kind of stuff and turning them into that one, I decided to hand stitch. So what I did was that I just hand stitched a certain amount of the star, filled it in with the sequences. Now the sequences that I used is Wonderland and We Are Royals. One, you will see them up close throughout this process, and then 2, I have them as close-ups at the end when I show my layouts. So as you're seeing here, I am using my paper piercing tool, and I'm just going to town on that. There is a couple of times throughout this video that you will see my daughter come in, and she's home. It's winter break. Gotta love kids. They need some help, so you may see me work with some Play-Doh as well, because I was like, I'm not going to turn the camera off every time she comes up and wanting some help. So I'm just letting you guys forewarn that. I used white thread throughout these shaker pockets when I make them. I also hand stitched through all of the stars that I picked out, and you will see the close-ups in the video too. And then I used the same 2 sequences mixes throughout, and the 2 sequences are new for Spiegel Mom Scraps. They just got released in December here, throughout the month of December when Jody released them. I was super ecstatic to see these come in my design package and be able to use them. I also got mixed media from the collection too, and for my design packet anyway, and it was the Christmas cheer, so you'll see me use that. So there are the pictures and the stars of what I did. I cut out 2 other big stars that you will see me use as well. So here I am, I'm placing it, I'm trying to figure out what I want to use. Like I said, I told you that I used the collection, turn the page, and I used almost all my scraps up. As you can see, I had a lot of them. And I just wanted to back the picture with a bunch of different layers, because that's what it is called in the sketch. The picture that I'm working with is, my husband is in the service, and he's been in 19 years, and he had to finish school for his next promotion. And he graduated here in the month of December, this past December, and I just wanted to scrap it because, 1, everybody was ecstatic the fact that my husband actually smiled in this picture, because he never does. And 2, I was just grateful that he finally was able to finish this school, because long story short, it's just been a long process for this particular one, which is normal for the military, but for him, he was just getting tired of it. Lo and behold, that's, the military way. So to get back to the layout, here I am. I'm using these 2 big stars that I placed on the back of it just to add a little bit of texture. And then there are the sequence shakers that I have, and they do actually shake. I even tried it while it was in the pocket, and it actually, like in the protective sheet, and it did actually shake. So I did pretty well. So you can hand stitch and make shaker pockets too. So I'm starting to still finish up backing my picture, and I really like just the colors and the scraps that I picked. I used up, I think honestly, almost all of my scraps that I had from the turn the page, and these scraps are from the 6x6 paper pad and also my 12x12. If they're too small, and I do have the pocket or the 6x6 paper packet, I do put my smaller scraps from my 12x12s and I put them in there. So literally, I'm just, like I said, I'm using up all my scraps. I don't care what the back looks like, because it's just going on there on the back of it, and I don't care what it looks like. And I like the distressed look. So here I go. Here's my daughter. So here, you get to see me try to to make a cupcake on on camera. So I'm sorry about that, but you'll see it one more time. And I'm like, my daughter, I filmed this on Christmas Day, and my daughter got Play-Doh for Christmas, and she loves playing with it. So really, she got her collection of what they call food, and she was ecstatic because she watches how to make cupcakes and stuff on her Kindle, and then that. So here I am. I'm just finishing up my layering. Everybody knows how to layer on that, and I think I should be done. I think. Yep, I am. So here I am. Now we're going to place everything down. All of my small stars, I decide to put them up on foam tape, and I back them on foam tape, and then towards the end of this, I also shake the gold shimmer, or the Shimmerz is what it's called, and it's called Christmas Cheer. I normally don't use I really don't use gold on a lot of my layouts because really I am a huge silver person. But the gold actually looks really good on this, I will admit. Most of the time I shy away from gold, but Jody gave me this challenge by sending me gold in my design kit. And I was like, I gotta use it somehow. I gotta figure out how to use it. Because I don't have very much gold in my stash, in my collections of anything. And if I do, it sits there for a long time. So I'm challenging myself. And you can't find much silver either. That's the kicker. You can't find much silver. So a lot of stuff that you do see is gold. Here I am. I'm backing my shaker pockets up on foam tape. And I'm just placing them kind of in a different selection of the other stars that I placed down. And I just kind of rearrange as much as I can. And the challenge for this month was to use obviously sequences, but also your stamps. So I get out the colors. I have close to my heart ink pads for my stamping, and I got out some thread, and I'm placing some thread underneath this, and then we also had to use stamps. So I got out my stamps that look like stars, that are stars, and that's what I placed down as well. And I am a big thread person as well for a lot of my scrapping. If I don't hand stitch, you'll see thread, or you'll see both. That's really what's on my, I guess if you want to call it my go-to, like my signature move. I've never really thought that I had a signature because my layouts are so different. And then I'm starting to realize that either you see thread or you see me hand stitch on almost all my layouts, or both. So that's kind of where I think my two go-to thing is. So like I said, I'm backing them up, and I kind of place them wherever, and then I take them off and I start to stamp my stamps on there. And there's a clusters of stars and then just a regular star. This layout turned amazing. And here I am. I'm using the color called Lagoon, and it works out perfect. As you can tell, I normally stamp once and then stamp all over, so it's not like a massive boom boom. There's all these stamped stars, but I like the difference between them. And then this color is called a pewter color. It's a gray color, and it actually accents the gray paper that I use. And these are the clusters, and I just place them all over. I kind of just stamp wherever, because even though that it looks like it's a big old, wow, that's a lot there, I put my bigger stars on top of it, and then the sequence mixes in there. So here again, there's my daughter. I'm working on that again. Sorry about that. As you can see, there I go placing them down, and then it takes that wow factor and it tones it down. And that's a great way to use your stamps if you don't want it to be like a big holy cow, that's a lot, that's like a lot of stamp. It makes it tone it down just a little bit, and it adds just that little bit of depth to it because of putting my other stars up on foam tape. And all of my smaller stars are hand stitched of some sort. And you'll see that in all of the pictures at the end here. So go ahead and I'll link everything down below. As here I am, I'm taking stickers. I'm trying to find all the star stickers, and I just kind of place them everywhere as well. And these are gold, so that's why I decided to bring in the gold shimmers when you start to see that. I forgot to place my title while I was on camera, because really I didn't know where to put it, so I had to think about it. And my title is going to be called My Star, which my husband is my star. He's, you know, he's very good at what he does. You know, being in 19 years, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for us to handle him being gone all the time, this, that, and the other. I have gotten into the routine because I've been with him for so long that when he's home, it's like, oh, he's home. When he's away, it's like, yay, okay, I got it down. Like, it's not a big deal to me. He'll come home and say, hey, I'm ready to, I have to go again. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll see you when you get back. I guess that's the beauty of doing this for so long. So that's my title, and I forgot to place that on camera, so I'm sorry about that, but you will see that in the still shot at the end. I will link everything down below of the sequence mix that I use, also the shop, and also my code as well. If you use it, you'll get 15% off at her shop, and go in and check out. She constantly adds new sequence mixes, and she just added another 10 here in the month of December when she added 20 in November. So there's 30 mixes that are still there, and they're awesome. I think as much as I hate to say it, I think I've got almost all of them here at the house, so you'll see quite a bit. I will be, every Tuesday you will see me post on her blog, and also a video of whatever the theme is for that week, and post everything and talk about her sequence mixes. So again, I would like to thank you. Thanks, Jody, for doing this, and go check her out. She is amazing. I love her. I love what she does. She has shimmer products. Just go check her out. Always give a thumbs up if you like this video, and also hit the subscribe button so that you can be able to get my weekly and updated versions of whatever process videos that I do. I'm on a couple of design teams, so you'll see them throughout the month. And here I am, I'm just finishing up the sequences. As you can tell, I told you that I placed them wherever it looked good, and I just used the two sequence mixes. So I just placed it. So not only did the stamps make it look toned it down, but it gives so much depth. I really, really like that. I do my journaling and titling off camera, but you will see them at the still shots at the end. And I'm finishing up here. So I'd like to thank you for tuning in for my first week. You will see me for the next 4 weeks because there's 5 weeks in January. Yay! And I hope to really talk to you guys soon. Leave any comments that you may have, questions or concerns. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!